everybody. Welcome back to Big Things Kentucky, Season 3, Episode 2. What's going on with you, Coach?
What's going on, Coach Truck? Have no fear. Big Things Kentucky is here. Me and my main man, Coach Truck, in the building. Coach TV on assignment. Coach, what's happening, man?
And last week was our first week of the season, and what a week it was, Coach.
Coach, probably two of the best games in our area. Frederick Douglass taking on North Hardin, which is a state powerhouse, with four D1 offers to UK as well. 3 commits. Taking on Frederick Douglass with a ton of 2 commits and a ton of offers over there. Coach, it was an impressive game. It was. The people are ready to hit the panic button on Frederick Douglass. We talk about this later on.
All right, man. To get us going, since next week we'll have more city schools and everything going. And looking back on last week, we're going to introduce Herald Leader's prep correspondent, Jared Peck. Jared, man, last week was our first official week of football. We understand you went and checked out the Scott County Bryan Station game. That was probably outside of Frederick Douglass. North Hardin was one of the bigger news stories of that week, man. What was your impression of that game?
My impression was that Bryan Station is I had a feeling about that after watching Bryan Station practice and how they were related to their new coach and what was going on there. And, you know, they got some dudes on that line that play both ways. You know, Josh Rowe, Gio, you know, they got some dudes. And, you know, the coach, Philip Hawkins, said that, you know, he'd had success against that kind of offense before. Bryan Station played a heck of a game. I mean, people ask me, you know, is Scott County down? Scott County hadn't been down for how long? 20 years? Scott County is not down. They're not down. There's still a handful to deal with. And, you know, they've been running Bryan Station for a decade and not even close. And to have Bryan Station be in that game and take a lead, that was amazing.
So let me ask you a question then, Jared, to follow up what you said. Pretty much you saying is, so Scott County ain't lost a beat. But Bryan Station has definitely came leaps and bounds from where they've been the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, it's still difficult for them to score. I think they were working with a new offense, two guys that can scoot with Joseph Bond and Amadeus Taylor. It was a matter of time before Scott County kind of got it going, and it really, you know, you saw the nerves of the first week with 2 weeks of practicing pads, and you saw that all over the state, and that was evident there. It probably would take, you know, maybe Scott County in 2 weeks wins that game a little easier, but it was fun.
Who impressed you on both sides? You mentioned the running backs for Bryan Station. I know Montego Jones for Scott County had a heck of a game too. Anybody on either side that stood out to you?
Well, Montego Jones had a real good game, and he poured it on late, and he overcame a mistake, which is something I wrote about in my story. He fumbled the ball right on the goal line. I mean, they were getting ready to knock it in. They had just intercepted the ball, like one of the first plays of the second half, and we're going to crash it in. And I guess he stretched it out, and somebody reached out and slapped it. And then Bryan Station came right down and scored. They scored a touchdown after that when Joseph Bond had a big breakaway. You know, I think – like I said, the defense of Bryan Station and how they handled where the ball is and, you know, dealing with all those dinks and fakes and pullouts for occasional throw. I mean, they read that well. Taylor was playing great on defense too, and they were taking guys for a loss on Scott County's side. And I think the quarterback, he needed to calm down a little bit. He was a little hyped. Throws were a little high. And but it was a ton of fun.
How do you feel about Frederick Douglass? You know, Frederick Douglass lost this past Friday to a great North Hardin team. How do you feel about Frederick Douglass right now? Are fans panicking? Are we hitting the panic button too early? I mean, it's just something that happens. How do you feel about the game?
Hold on. Let me answer that. We are just fine, sir. 85 Broncos, we are just fine. That game could have went either way. We got some growing pains. We breaking in some new people. We left a lot of points on the field, buddy. Don't be jumping on us right now. We're going to be just fine. I'm sorry, Jared. I had to defend my Broncos.
Excuse me, Jared. Fans are wanting to know, should we be panicking right now? I don't know about this guy here, but fans are wanting to know.
I don't think there's any reason to panic with Douglas. I think quarterback might have had some nerves, was playing a pretty good defense, playing a really good defense. That's 6A defense. North Hardin is a really good football team.
Thank you, Jared. And we lost on the last second kick.
And
if my man wouldn't went down with an injury, the time would have expired.
Excuse me. Can the man speak, please?
5 turnovers.
I'm just defending my Broncos because, a lot of people say I'm not loyal. So I'm just letting y'all know I'm with you, Broncos.
Can the man please speak, please?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Let's see who Frederick Douglass has. They have Scott County. They have Grant County, Croyd Crossing, Montgomery County, Lexington Catholic, St. X. Scott County will be an okay game. I don't know if Scott County can hang with the new Douglas. The new Douglas is pretty tough. There's too many Division I players on Douglas. And, Coach McPeak, he can't keep them from fumbling and throwing interceptions. No. So that was they had 5 turnovers against North Hardin and still were within a field goal of winning that game.
We were winning till he kicked it at the end. We were winning.
Jared, let me ask you this then. The defense looks great. Fred Douglas' defense looks great. But is this a reflection of them playing a tougher schedule? People are upset because they didn't score enough points. But, of course, you mentioned the 5 turnovers. But is this a reflection of them playing a tougher schedule this year than they had years past?
It's a reflection of them doing something different on offense than they did last year. Last year, they were run, and maybe they could throw it. This year, they feel like they got a 6'7" quarterback who ought to be – and they got 2 Division I wideouts and another probably guy, another couple of guys that are really good. Cam Dunn's really good. Dane Key's really good. They feel like they ought to be tossing him more, and if they don't connect, if your 6'7" junior quarterback is a little nervous, puts in a couple bad spots, then you've got what you got. And again, 2 weeks of practice, new offense essentially, because they're going back to the toss it around offense
and playing a top 5 team in 6A too. Don't forget to mention that, Jared.
You would cut the man off.
I just want, I'm just saying, y'all trying to dogpile saying we ain't dead yet.
We're trying to get an unbiased opinion. We're trying to get an unbiased opinion.
We're going to see a lot out of Scott County. We're going to see what Douglas is against Scott County because they want that game. They want that game for home field advantage. Then when we come down to the end, we saw that Bowling Green beat St. Xavier, shut St. Xavier out last week, 14-0. So what does Douglas do against St. X? What do? Do they handle St. X like Bowling Green did? If they do, then it's game on in Class 5A, and the Douglas is going to be fine. If they struggle with St. X, then the Covington Catholics and the Bowling Greens of the world, they're going to struggle with too.
All right, Jared. Now we move into week 2. We'll have a better look at some of our schools as a lot of the local schools will be playing this week. And for the first time in a long time, all the public schools won't be playing each other as Frederick Douglass really isn't on anybody's schedule. So as we go into week 2, what's some of the schools and players that you're looking forward to seeing this week?
Well, we have the Holy War, Lexington Catholic and Lexington Christian. That's the big game for me this week. We get to see Lexington Catholic without Bo Allen for the first time in 4 years.
Dang.
And see who steps in. They have a pair of quarterbacks that they're going to trade snaps with. I think Goldman is one of them, and another kid who I've lost track of. But they're trying out 2, and then Lexington Christian is also doing a new quarterback deal with Drew Nevis, whose younger brother or older brother was a quarterback a couple of years ago. And he did 2,000 and 1,000, I think, during his season. And after they played DeSales, who is no joke, they went to DeSales on Saturday night. And that game the score was closer than that game was. Now, Lexington Christian is back and going to be strong. It's going to be another coin flip with Somerset maybe. When they play each other, we'll see. But, 18 starters back for Lexington Christian is pretty stout. And Xavier Brown. So that looks really exciting. We can see Bryan Station at Tate's Creek, I think. We'll see whether, Station can keep it rolling. I think, Coach Jonathan Smith said if you're going to get him, you're going to have to get him this year because he thinks he's building towards next year pretty well with a big junior class. He only says 3 starters back at Tates Creek. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing if Paul Dunbar thinks it can win the district this year. It's really not going to settle for anything less. And going up against an improved West Jessamine team with their new coach. And, Wes Johnson was the coach at West Jessamine for quite a while. So, he took over at Dunbar. So that'll be kind of an old home week there. That's probably why that game's on the schedule because of the relationship there between them. But to see what Dunbar brings back and whether, Jake Smith's new targets for this year, and, Mario Paul, really good defensive player. Really looking forward to seeing what Dunbar's gotten to do. I don't know if you saw on Twitter yesterday, they posted their new uniforms and helmets.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
Those were sharp. I mean, hopefully they'll play as good as those look.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm leaning towards Dunbar as the interim city champ this season. I think,
All right. Yeah. Well, you can't be Coach Truck if you don't have a bandwagon, I don't guess.
Hey, we winning, we riding. I think that's the early favorite. You got to go with Dunbar, right? We got to go with Dunbar, right?
Yeah, I think we got to go with Dunbar this season.
Yeah.
Now, you did mention West Jessamine has a new quarterback. You mentioned Pookie Jones' son. He transferred there. So you said he had some pretty good numbers last week.
That's right, 255 and 4.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's a big improvement then for West Jessamine. So you expect the West Jessamine to make a noise this year?
In there was Madison Southern, East Jessamine. Yeah, I think
Woodford
they can be
County,
in the district.
East, that's a big district right there. I don't think they're gonna do too much.
Well, it would take a big leap for them to be able to compete with Mad South. I think Mad South is pretty good every year, and we'll see. East Jessamine's got that same offense that Scott County has, and they're just a bear to deal with. And they throw a little bit more out of it, and they throw better out of it. But they've got a new quarterback this year, so we'll have to see how that goes. They got handled by Paintsville on Friday night, and Paintsville beat them by a point last year. They beat them by more than that on Friday night. So, but Paintsville's got almost everybody back, and was a really good team.
We brought them in the cage, and we started out good, but things didn't work out for us. And Paintsville did what they had to do. I ain't done with you yet, East Jessamine, baby. We still got them paws. You know what I'm saying? Another team that intrigues me is Lafayette. They open up against Madison Central. Now, how you feel about that game?
I like Tanner Pace. They should. That's a 2,000 student school. What is going on? Yeah. Where's the big guy rolling in? What has happened?
Man, these kids, whether do everything else but play football, looks like. I'm gonna give a shout to my guy Owen Helliard over there, running back. Play a little defense. Hopefully he got a good year. Coach Shaw seemed upbeat when we had him on the show about what he could do with this team. So I don't know.
They're really well coached, and they're Coach Shaw can coach. He can coach. He was in state finals 2 years in a row. And that wasn't all Jedrick Wills. It was a lot of Jedrick Wills. But it wasn't all Jedrick Wills. But it just goes to show you what one big dude can do. I would say this about Lafayette. Lafayette struggled all year last year. They struggled to finish, which Coach Shaw told me is they couldn't finish out games. And, just other teams would have that last push, and they get beat at the end. That's what happened to them in the district first round against Dunbar last year. It's like they had Dunbar beat in the first round. And, this Dunbar turned it around on them. A couple of turnovers.
Any other games outside of our area that really intrigue you, this week?
That Crittenden County Paintsville game I wrote about, I don't know if you noticed that, but Crittenden County and Paintsville are about as far apart as two teams can be. It's not like Pikeville and Paducah, but it's a long way. It's a 5.5-hour drive.
Jared, man, we kind of running out of time. We always enjoy having you on. Just so where you going to be this Friday night? Where people can catch you at?
I'll be at Lexington Catholic for the Holy War. That's where I'm going to be.
How much has COVID affected you so far covering games? Has it been a real big problem?
Well, I spent a lot of time in my house and haven't gone out as much. It wasn't with the shorter time frame, I haven't been able to do the other sports as well. I've kind of short shrifted those because the time frame, because, some soccer teams didn't even have tryouts until a week before the season started. Lexington Catholic had tryouts a week before the season started because they were in quarantine for, they got shut down. The whole school got shut down. And so they couldn't even try out. So it's been a much shorter schedule and much more compact. But otherwise, I've been able to get out. Gotten good cooperation from Fayette County and the rest of the schools about where I can be and who I can talk to and all that stuff. And it's working out.
All right, man. We need you to give your daughter a shout out and give out the Lafayette Journal a shout out. Look here, man. Y'all see Jared out this weekend at a game. 6 feet social distance from him. Take a picture, tweet it, tag us in it. We're gonna send you a big thing shirt.
Yes, sir. And thank you, Jared, man. Appreciate
it, Jared.
Thank you.
As we get ready for week 2, let's take a look at Bluegrass Prep's rankings.
Hey, man, we appreciate the guys at Bluegrass Prep.
All right, Coach, man. Now, as we move into week 2, let's take a quick look back at week 1's picks and our standings. All right, Coach, you got 1 game lead on me, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. You got to maintain that because it ain't a marathon. It ain't a sprint. It's a marathon, baby. And I'm the 2-time champ.
And I don't know who little buddy was who commented on our post on Twitter talking about, Coach Truck Star was trying to slow. Well, you're a cheerleader. You're a bandwagon. And when I beat this bum into submission, I'm going to at you on Instagram and Twitter, little buddy. Got dog it.
Hey, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo, Mr. Perfect. Put that on his pipe.
Boy, he almost came out, too. Mr. Perfect was on his way.
Oh. Well, as we move in our we got Woodford County is going to Franklin County. Woodford County had a nice win last week over Great Crossings. They're looking good. Coach Dennis Johnson got them, looking and moving in the right direction. But Franklin County is moving up in weight class, baby. How you feel about this one, Coach?
Coach, man, like Franklin County, keep talent, a lot of talented kids out there. Shout out to Ronnie Robson, helping them kids, working with them too. A lot of training he does with a lot of them kids. I think Franklin County might be a year away. Coach, I'm around with Woodford County because I think Coach Johnson got these boys clicking on all 8 cylinders. Good big win against Great Crossing, who look pretty good as themselves. So let me go with Coach Johnson and Woodford County on this one.
Well, man, I'm just gonna have to go the other way. I like Coach Johnson and them Yellow Jackets, but them Eagles just a little too much, baby. Give me Franklin County.
I told him when we interviewed him, you would do this to him. I told him you would do this to him.
Hey, I'm just saying, Franklin County, I think, is a little better program right now. All right, moving up next, we got our cats at Bourbon County, put on the show last week. They going to Knox County. Knox County is a tough, well-hardened team. What's going on with Bourbon County, Coach? I know they got the quarterback.
Hey, Coach, I love what Coach Jones does down there. With Bourbon County, great. He comes from a lot of prestigious programs, and they're buying into his system down there in Bourbon County, Coach. I think it's going to be hard to go down to North Central and pull out a win, but I'm riding with North Central on this one, Coach.
Let me tell you like this, Coach. I'm riding with Coach Jones and the Bourbon County Colonels. I like the athleticism he's put together. Let's go, Colonel.
Next up, Coach, we got Lafayette taking on Madison Central. Madison Central, my guy Frank Parks down there running the defense down there, so I'm looking forward to that. See what Frank comes with. Madison Central coming off a tough year last year. This will be their first game of the season. Didn't play last week. So, Coach, who you like in this matchup?
Man, Lafayette's coming off. This will be their first game, too. They had a rough season last year, too. So, man, two rough programs trying to get started on the right foot, Coach, man. Ooh-wee. I like we said, we got Owen Heller down there, Lafayette. I'm going to go Roll Tribe, baby. Give me Madison Central. I think it's just going to be a little too much right now, and they at home.
Hey, Coach, I'm going on limb. Take my guy, Coach Shaw, and Lafayette Generals. Let's go, Generals.
All right, Coach, man, we got defending state champion Pulaski County coming to take on Madison Southern, Coach. How you feeling about this one, Coach?
Hey, Coach. Madison Southern, Coach, they lost to Bias, take the state by Storm Smith. He signed with Center College, freshman there. Coach Clark got his hands full, rebuilding again, looks like. Trying to reload a few pieces. Got Walter Smith, who was a stud last year for him, Coach. Look for him to have a big year. But I'm going Pulaski County, Coach. Give me Pulaski County in this one.
Man, Pulaski lost a lot. Give me the Madison Southern Eagles, baby. I'm riding with my Eagles. Let's go Eagles, baby, on this one. I think they come into there, they're going to have to deal with the talent. Talent's up, baby.
All right, Coach. Up next, we got GRC taking out Southwestern. Hey, Coach, what you like about this one here?
Man, it's been a while. I feel like I've been missing my Cardinals, baby. Yes, sir, GRC. We got Azzy 3K because we going for 3,000 this year. Probably one of the top backs in our area. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting ready to start up his senior campaign, offers in hand, ready to roll that offensive line. We missing our big man, Big Blake. But, everything's rolling good. I like GRC. I think we finna keep rolling. Let's go GRC Cardinals.
Now, Coach, it was told to me that Coach Dr. Oliver Lucas, said he felt this is his best team he's had and was better than last year's team, which is a bold statement. You lost cats like Quay Lewis over on the other side, who's probably one of the top tacklers in the state. So it's hard to say, Coach. So I'm going on them, Coach. Give me Southwestern here on this one.
Oh, really? You going to go pick against my Cardinals?
Well, Coach, you say you've been around the Cardinals, probably because you left them last year, but did, Coach.
Yeah, anyway, and up next, we got Paul Lawrence Dunbar on the road. They open up their season. Coach Johnson and the Bulldogs taking on West Jessamine High School, who has Pookie Jones' son, as we've learned, is the quarterback down there doing big things. So West Jessamine's looking to make a name for themselves, taking on my interim city champ, Paul Lawrence Dunbar Bulldogs, baby.
Coach, I hope you're not giving Dunbar the kiss of death talking about your interim champ. So you've been known to give the kiss of death.
I'm just going to tell you now, Coach. Give me Dunbar. I'm picking the Bulldogs. Jake from State Farm Smith, baby.
I'm riding with Jake from State Farm Smith, Coach, and my guy Howard on defense. Give me the Bulldogs as well, Coach.
Battle of the Birds. Great Crossings coming off the loss to Woodford County. It was a little upset with you, Coach. You picked against them, the Warhawks, taking on my Scott County Cardinals. Coach McKee, we had a tough win against a surprising Bryan Station team. My man Montego Jones with the touchdown. Coach, you already know, I'm Cardinals all the way. And Coach McKee.
Coach, pull the camera in closer, Coach.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to take it like this. Scott County, I think you're fragile a little bit. I think the two school system might be catching up to you, Coach. I ain't going to say Coach McKee, but I think it might be closing the gap over there. When the press, how you look against the defenders. You got my guy Trey Combs, defensive lineman over, offensive lineman. Combs is a big fella. He's doing his thing, Coach. I expect something big out of him. You got my guy, the Prairie Kid playing quarterback, playing some safety. You got Kevin Doherty playing center. Coach, I'm telling you. Hey, look, Great probably can't be the little brother forever. You got to eventually step up and whoop big brother's tail. I just don't think it's this week. Give me Scott County, Coach. And my guy, Montego Jones.
Coach McKee ain't finna take it easy on nobody this week either, too. So this could get ugly.
I don't know. I think it'd be closer than you think, though. I think it'd be closer than you think, Coach. You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
Coach, before we get into our doubleheader game of the week, we're gonna take on this Saturday game as East Jessamine goes to Bath County to play Raceland. Now, we got some wounds to heal, my East Jessamine Jaguars. We kind of got Tigers put their paws on us in the cage and got out. So I don't know, Coach, man. How we feeling about this East Jessamine Jaguars?
I think East Jessamine came back. They missed their leading tackler, and my guy DJ didn't play. So hopefully he's back this week. I'm not sure what's going on with his injury, but hopefully he's back this week. I don't know, Coach. I think I'm going to ride with Raceland on this one, Coach.
Ooh. Come on, Jaguars. One more week, baby. Pause on them. We're going to put them paws on them. Rawr, let's go, East Justin Jaguars. I believe in you, Coach Bowling.
I got Coach Bowling, too. Coach up next. We done something different this week. We got a 2 game of the weeks.
Yes, sir.
First up, we got my Bryan Station Defenders taking on my second team, the Test Street Commodore. The Test Street Commodores. I adopted them a couple of years, you know what I'm saying? I think they got a lot of talent. They just going to be young. My guy Matthew Underwood's going to tell me no. Got a new quarterback. Ain't no Luke Doobie-Doo over this year, Coach. So
no Miles Thomas either.
No Miles Thomas. No Marcus Bosley coming through there. No Matthew Underwood playing. Marcus Underwood playing linebacker. Coach, I don't know. Who you got?
Man, I'm telling you now. They say I don't love them. My daughter's cheering for them. Let's go, Bryan Station Defenders. Gio, Brad, all of y'all, baby. I'm repping y'all this week. Give me the Bryan Station Defenders. Day off. I got them all. Joey, Amadeus. Yeah, I keep going on.
Coach, Key, give me the Defenders, Coach.
Man, it feel good to finally pick the Defenders for once.
It do. I roll with them anyway, Coach, but, that's my boys. I'm a true fan.
Our second game of the week for this doubleheader has got to be the Holy War. Now, the good thing is LCA versus Lexington Catholic, always a big rivalry game. How you feeling about this one? I know LCA has got a game under their belt, a good game, too. Beating a great DeSales team.
In DeSales.
So,
Coach, both of these programs lost great quarterbacks and players. Bo Allen, man, probably the best thing we have seen come to the state in the last few years. Jalen Barnhart, they battled it out last year. Probably one of the best games we've seen all year last year, Coach. But I'm going to go on limb to take the Riverboat Gambler, my guy Doug Charles, and them LCA Eagles. Soar, Eagles, soar.
Coach, man, I know they had a good win, but give me Lexington Catholic, baby. The Knights, it's too strong, man. We too big. It's too strong a program, man.
Hey, they thought that last year, Coach, coming over in Eagle Stadium, Eagle Valley.
Yeah, we had some calls, though, man. We had some calls.
Oh, it's about nothing. Well, that's our 2 game of the week. It's going to be an exciting weekend, Coach, man. And also, we ask you, don't forget, if you see Jared Peck out of the game, social distance, get a picture with him, and we'll see and tag us in it. We'll pick a name of that first person and make sure you subscribe to Big Things Kentucky on YouTube, and we will send you a Big Things t-shirt. My guy, Coach Truck.
Yes,
fresh
sir.
out his personal collection.
Yes, sir.
All right. As always, just be a living donor. I'm Coach Bew, my main man, Coach TB on the side, and Coach Truck. Anything else?
Peace.